Hello, YouTube. Shanice here, and I just thought I would take some time out of my ah, social media evening. I was just on Facebook Live, so I decided to come over here on YouTube Live because I wanted to thank the people who have been watching my videos, some of you who have been commenting, even though the video where I talk about Shaw Academy is not probably, it is my biggest video, most viewed video. I am about sewing. I'm all about sewing. I enjoy sewing and I like talking about sewing. And I just wanted to come out here and I was just live on Facebook. I was doing some tests, trying to get my mic right, trying to get the color right. And when you get out there and you're on a roll, you just start. I'm like, okay, let's do YouTube while I'm out here. While I'm out here doing it, I might as well get out here and do that too. Get it while the getting is good, right? But I don't know how long I've had my YouTube channel, and I try to have my sewing projects, and I try to record, but sometimes I just get so wrapped up in the sewing and I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to finish this video. And I delete them and they never make it to YouTube. I thought about sewing live. That was a thought that crossed my mind. But then I was like, oh my gosh, but I make so many mistakes and then you have to undo things and you have to redo them. I hope my mic is on. Oh, I see it moving. So I would love to sew live. I really would. I'm not sure if it's in the cards for me because, um, yeah, you get nervous. You get nervous. Let me tell you a story. So I was years ago at my job. I've been with my company a little over 20 years, and we were launching a program. We were launching a wellness program, and hopefully, uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, hopefully you might have a wellness program on your my life. No, right there, stay there. So we were launching a wellness program, and this is before we had the visual meetings, virtual meetings, and everything was just by the phone and through email. And so we were rolling out this wellness program to the company across the United States, and we were having these town hall meetings on the phone. And I was setting up the town meetings, setting up the schedules, sending it to the people on the other end who's going to be on the other end of the phone. So making sure they can get a conference room and have their people come in so they can hear about this new program that we were launching for health and wellness. And so the director, he wasn't able to make one of the meetings, so there was like six of them set up. He wasn't able to make one of them, so he asked me if I can do it. And I have been part of the program. I'm like, I've been sitting in on these town halls, so I knew exactly what needed to be said. So I said, sure, I'll do it. I didn't say it like that. I said like, sure, I'll do it. And I was prepared. I sat at my desk. I had drank some tea with a little bit of lemon in it, and then I dialed in to the conference call number, and on the I can't remember on the screen. So there was no visual, but you can see the phone. You can see the names of the people. So it was like kind of like right down the side. You can on the screen. You can see the names of the people as they were coming into the call, and I felt my heart. My heart started to beat in my chest, and then more people came, and then it said like there was like 200 people, and then it got almost to 300 people, and then the time it was time to start the town hall, and I started talking, and no one can see me, but in my head I said, "Girl, there are almost 300 people listening and hanging on to every word that is now coming out your mouth. And I panicked. I froze. I couldn't get the words to come up. And I stopped, like, and I excused myself. I said, "Give me a minute, please," or something like that. Or one moment, I put the call on hold, and I wanted to run to the bathroom and hide in the bathroom stall. That's what I wanted to do. And I knew that I could not leave all those people on the phone like that. So luckily, there was a coworker who was also on the call, who was actually in charge of the wellness program, but he had already given his presentation. I was giving the presentation on behalf of somebody else that was supposed to be able to do it. So he had done it. So he was on the other side of the cubicle wall. So instead of going into the bathroom, which was straight ahead, I turned right, and then I made another right, and then his desk was right there. And I said, say his name was Gerald. I said, "Gerald, I have an emergency. Do you think you can do the conference call for me, the rest of the town hall for me?" And he was like, "Sure, I got it." And he clicked it, and he just went on. He was like, "Okay," and he introduced himself. And I went into the bathroom, and I sat on a stall, and I just, like, I covered my eyes. I was just like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Oh my god!" And in my head, that happened fairly quickly, but at the time, like, as I was going through it, I was, "Oh, you know, my shirt's unbuttoned. You don't see me? Okay, I think I think I'm hiding." But at the time when it was happening, whenever I had put the phone on mute and I had stood up and walked, that felt like forever. It felt like a long time, and I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed, and so I went back to my desk and I jumped on a call. And Gerald is saying, he's going through the script that we had. And so then he came back to me and he said, "So, is there anything that you would, just is there anything you want to add?" And of course there was, because there's other things that had to be said, and I did. So on the different town halls, I did jump in and I did speak, but this time it was me starting it. And I have never done that before, especially, with almost 300 people, like, listening to you. And that was the thing, 300 people listening to your voice. And but I was able to participate. So I went ahead and I finished out the town hall. We answered some questions and we ended it. And I went to Gerald, whatever his name was, and I said, "Hey, um, was there a big silence? How from the time that I started and I stopped and I came over to talk to you, like, how long was that?" And he was like, "Oh, I think it was like a couple seconds." And I was like, "Oh, thank you," because in my head it felt like forever. It felt like I had left these people hanging, and I was really embarrassed. But what was I going to say? The thought, yeah, and so going live on social media, it's the same thing. And I also um, deal with this anxiety when I'm on Clubhouse. And so I am on Clubhouse. I haven't been listening like I used to, because my projects for work have been so intense, and I just need quiet to work on them. But I can go into a Clubhouse room. If you're familiar with Clubhouse is, it's audio social media. And if it's just a couple people in the room, I can go in and I can go up on stage and talk. But I have never, ever, 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 never in the few months that I've been on Clubhouse, raised my hand and got up on a stage if there was, like, more than, like, 50 people. I just haven't. I don't. And again, it's that same anxiety and fear, is that it's social media. I Part of me thinks, I don't know. Part of me thinks that if it was Zoom, if those people were all on Zoom, that I would be more vocal, and not be so bashful and timid and filled with anxiety. But you know what? Before I got on Clubhouse and people were talking about it because I'm an Android user. I'm an Android droid all the way. I was like, oh, I would love to do that. Get up and just, just push a button. You can just talk and people listen to you talking. Yeah, I can do that. No, I couldn't. It doesn't work. So, and I don't let anybody beat me up for not going up there. People go, come up on the stage, come up on the stage. Oh, you came up on the stage. You're so brave. That does not faze me. That doesn't faze me. I'm like, I'm here for a minute and then I'm out. But yeah, anxiety, fear, and everybody has it in one shape, form, you know, whatever it may be. Also, another reason why I don't go in Clubhouse is because I don't talk like there's some people, they're just eloquent. They're just so eloquent, and they can bring up the theory of something, and they can just do the connections with theorizing and the mental and how the brain is working and how you gotta there's I'm more of like one of those like direct to the point, like how you doing, how your mama doing, that's it. The pleasantries, yeah, it's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. So people, I could be considered rough around the edges. I like being rough. I'm rough. Rough. But no, I can't. I don't do it. And so that's why, in the times that I do get up there on stage, I'm just blunt. I'm just like, thanks for having me up here. Here's my question. Blah 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 blah. Or you know what you said. I can relate to that. I want to just tell you my story. Blah 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 blah, and I tell my story. That's it. What else? That is all that I have. I'm sitting here looking at my glasses. hmm It's my glasses. Look at my glasses. So anyway, this is Shawnee's Learn to Sew Rochester, rebranding, getting ready to change my business name over the next couple months. Cause Learn to Sew, this all this personality, all this personality for me, not all this personality, but all this personality. It doesn't say Learn to Sew Rochester. It doesn't say that at all. Do I look like Learn to Sew Rochester? No. Let me tell you. Okay, one more story. I'm going to go. Let me tell you how I picked this name, Learn to Sew Rochester, that you see all around here. YouTube. It was YouTube. There is a commercial, and it is for, I think it's for Wix. It's either for Wix or Squarespace. I can't. I don't know who. It's a commercial, and they were talking about what should be in your URL name, and there was a guy and a girl, and he was like, yeah, it should. Yeah, your name should state what you do. State what you do. And I said, I want to teach people how to learn to sew. Yeah, okay. And what else should be in your URL? It should be where you're located. So that's what I did. No thought, nothing. I put nothing into that name. I just said, this is what I want to do, and this is where I'm going to do it. Boom, 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 ba, ba, ba. That was it. Oh, it was a big mistake. Very hard branding. I can't stand behind it. And I realized that was that I wasn't feeling this name. Is that when people said, what's the name of your company? I was like, I learned to sew Rochester. I'm sorry, what's your name? What's the name of your company? Learn to Sew Rochester. Yeah, so that's where we're at with that. So that's why we're changing the name. And I can't wait to share it with you. I can't wait. Like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Bye.